Okay, so I have my supplies to sew my shoe. I'm going to start by burning the edges of the ribbon so that it will not fray. We're just going to go along the edge just enough so that we can get those little edges. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start by folding over the shoe, the back of the shoe, and I'm going to place my fingers down. My center finger is going to be on top of that seam, and I know where to stick the elastic will be right beside my pointer finger. So there's 1 finger distance between this seam and my first piece of elastic. I turn it over, check that placing, and I start with my needle here. I'm going to be going in on this seam and go around the casing. We don't want to get any part of the casing because our drawstring is in the middle. We want to make sure that it works. So here we go. We're going to start by placing it at the seam line there. Go out all the way through. Now I'm going to go around the casing, over the top and through, and pull through the back. I'm just going to continue that all the way across. When I get to the end, I'm going to knot. I'm going to take part of the casing from the bottom and the bottom of the elastic, makes a little loop, stick my needle through that loop, and it makes a knot. Smooth that out. There we go. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing again. It's going to make us a knot and secure down that elastic. Cut and re-knot. I'm going to take my second piece of elastic, same idea. It's going to be right on the outside, 1 finger width away. Good. And I leave about maybe 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. And I start the other side. If for some reason your needle gets stuck and you can't push it through, the sole of the shoe is really hard, go ahead and use the sole of the shoe to help you push that needle. Takes a few stitches, maybe 6 or 7, depending how efficient you want to be. Taking part of that casing, the elastic, loop, and making a knot. That loop that second time and cut. Need some more string. Now I'm ready to sew my ribbon. Now these shoes aren't mine, so they've been already measured to the dancer. So I know that crossing this elastic, I'm gonna set it right at the seam line. That's gonna go right underneath her arch. And I know again to leave just about half an inch, maybe quarter of an inch to half an inch. So I'm gonna make a little casing out of the bottom of the ribbon. The elastic's gonna sit right inside there. And now when we sew it, they'll be together and it will hide the elastic. So we're gonna do the exact same sewing method. It's right at the seam there. Holding it tight and stick the needle in right at the seam. It's gonna be thicker, it's about four layers now. Go right through both pieces. Right at that seam, it's gonna be nice and thick, so you're gonna have to really push hard on your sole of your shoe to help you get that needle through. One more in there. Knotting it the same way, getting some of the casing and the elastic and the ribbon, just to hold down that side, go through that loop, and do it again to knot. And we're done. That's one side, ribbon and elastic together. One more side to go. Looks like I need some more thread. Okay. Last one, elastic, my ribbon making a casing. Place the elastic inside. Line it up. And start at the seam. Over the casing, getting into both the elastic and the ribbon. Getting into that thick spot there. Almost done. Get one more. A knot. And we're done. When they get tied, it will hide the elastic. It'll be a nice clean look.